91% of YouTube videos never reach 1,000 views, and that number is far worse for informational videos. If your business depends on content, those odds are a death sentence. Even the ones that do get views often fail to generate a single sale. Viewers drop off after 30 seconds, so your offer never even gets seen. And the people who should be your next clients or customers click away to watch someone else. You waste dozens of hours filming and editing and miss out on potentially thousands of dollars in revenue. After researching hundreds of channels and writing scripts that have generated over 25 million views with 67 figures in revenue, I discovered that the success of a video designed to drive sales often comes down to one thing: the script. The problem though is that writing a great script takes years of mastering human psychology, YouTube retention strategies, and sales techniques. And writing the script itself also takes a really long time. Even after years of doing this, a good educational video still takes me 15 to 20 hours to write from scratch. That's fine if YouTube is your full-time job, but if you're running a business or have a full-time job and you're just using this to grow your personal brand on the side, it's almost impossible. And outsourcing it costs anywhere from $200 to over $1,000 just for one video. So most people turn to ChatGPT. But ChatGPT is terrible at writing YouTube scripts because it's designed to be generic. That's why it spits out cliche intros like "Hey guys, welcome back to my channel," and fills the rest with generic content you could have found from a blog post in 2014. But what if you could get expert level scripts in minutes instead of hours? You can. Scriptwriter is a custom GPT that has been trained on the exact scripting techniques used by some of the most successful educational YouTubers and personal brands in the world. People like Ali Abdaal, Alex Omozi, Dan Cole, Charlie Morgan. Which means your hooks capture your audience, your stories keep people watching, and your CTAs actually drive action. It's designed to work for you whether you script your videos word for word or prefer to create bullet points and just speak more naturally. Here's a quick preview from a script I wrote using this tool. And later on in this video, I'll show you how the tool created the entire script in less than 10 minutes so you can see every single step. What if you could work only 4 hours a day and still make $7 million a year? That's exactly what Danko is doing, and his AI-driven system is the reason why. The best part is that there's no monthly subscriptions. It's a one-time purchase that you get to own forever, including every single future update. I'm going to use the tool to create this entire script right now in under 10 minutes so you can see just how powerful it is. Alright, this is actually one of the best reasons why I prefer using custom GPTs to paying for a random subscription. OpenAI released GPT-5, and today, less than 24 hours after the announcement, I have GPT-5 and I can use it. And instantly, every single custom GPT that you have gets improved. So let's get started. Right now, for me to use Scriptwriter, all I have to do is come here to the GPT section and click on it. And here's the thing, I don't have to do any single thing. I just have to type in the words "hey," and the Scriptwriter tells me every single thing I need to do. This is the best thing about this tool. You don't have to remember any particular prompt. You don't have to type anything specific in. All you have to do is just type "hey," boom. It tells you, do you have a sample script from your own channel that you would like to use as a tone and style? You can paste it here and remember it for future use. Otherwise, I'll follow my default script writing style. Now, the default script writing style is what you can see on my own channel. I've trained it on my own scripts and my own experience writing scripts for the past 5 years and generating over 25 million views. So if you like the way my videos sound and you want that experience of over 25 million views, then go ahead and use the default script writing style. I've trained it myself. It's going to sound amazing. But if you have a specific way you talk, a specific type of language that you prefer to use, then you can easily just upload your own scripts and it will store that information and use that to be able to write the scripts. It's also great if you're a script writer yourself and you write for many different clients, where you can just upload their scripts every time that you want to write the script, and you'll be able to write many different scripts in many different styles for your different clients. Okay, so the script we're going to be writing today is actually for a video that's coming up about Dan Cole. So I'm just going to write it here: how Dan Cole uses AI and a content system to make money while working as few hours as possible. Next, it asks you to upload a context document, which is basically all your notes, your personal anecdotes, research, transcripts, anything that you want the AI to pull information from to write the script. And if you don't have one, you can also ask ChatGPT to research for you, although I would highly recommend you have a context doc just so that the AI gets a far better input, which will create a far better output, garbage in, garbage out, basic computer stuff. And if you want to find a very quick and easy way to create this context document, I made a video about how you can use Notebook LLM to do that. So you can watch that in the link down in the description And Notebook LLM is completely free, so it doesn't cost you anything to just create that context doc inside of Notebook LLM, which is what I've actually done here. And you can put that into ChatGPT and it will be able to create a far better and more accurate script. So right here, we're just going to upload that from our computer, and you can see it here how Danko uses AI to brainwash you context, and we'll just upload that into ChatGPT here. Exactly. Now, this is one of the best parts of this tool. This is why I love it so much. It allows you to choose the particular storytelling framework that you want, and it gives you an idea of how each particular framework is going to work within the video. So let's say I want it to be like a problem agitate solution. It will show you that, okay, you open how most people work too many hours for little payoff, agitate it by contrasting it with Danko's lifestyle, and then reveal his story. Or you can do something where you tell Dan's story from slow beginning to building his empire, or you can do like a regular business case study or a step-by-step tutorial about how to set up your own. So I think for this particular one, a problem agitate solution is probably going to work well, because I want to be able to tell people that, you know, you're working way too much, agitate them and then show them the solution, which is Danko's system. So that's what I want to use. So I'll just type in one and click that. And yeah, it takes you to the next step. It asks you for a working title. And I'm just going to do, the title might change when you guys eventually see the video. But yeah, I'm just going to type in the title that is in my head now. Uses AI to brainwash you and makes 7 million. The great thing about this tool is that it's not just a scripting tool. It actually works to help you to create titles, to create thumbnail ideas, to create, and if you don't want to create a full script, you can also just use, because it creates like a timeline or bullet point list for you. And if you prefer to just talk naturally in front of the camera, you can take the bullet points that it creates, the structure, and then just run with it. So it gives you so many different options to play with and to actually use. And this is the benefit of using a custom GPT. If I was just chatting with ChatGPT and asking it to generate a script for me, it wouldn't ask me like, okay, what storytelling structure do you want to use? What title do you want to use? What thumbnail do you want to use? What hook do you want to use? Which is another thing we're going to go into. And this just allows you to give it so much more information and allows it to understand a lot more the context of the video you're working on, so it can create something that is far better. I really love this 3, which is how Danko works 4 hours a day and still makes $7 million with AI. Actually, I wasn't thinking about that before, but now that I'm seeing it, I think that's a really good title, and I might actually just use that title in the beginning. I think that's so cool, and I think I'm going to use that. So yeah, I'm going to go with that. And yeah, it also shows you some thumbnail concepts, and if you want the AI to actually generate these thumbnails, it will. Although I do have to say, ChatGPT has like a really serious bug right now where it doesn't generate 16:9 images. So what I do is I create the thumbnail first in ChatGPT, and then I export it into Canva to make it 16:9. So that's something you could do. But right now I also have like a thumbnail artist, so I don't really worry too much about it. So yeah, I think I like the one where it's just like 4 hours, $7 million, just like straight to the point. And I love this because again, it allows you to step by step to walk through the process. Now it shows you the different hooks. These are the few hook options that you can use. And I trained this by myself using the hook strategies that got me over 25 million views as a writer, and also from the lessons from people like Ali Abdal, Danko, and Alex Omozi, all these people who are the best in the game at hooking you right in the beginning and making sure you watch until the end. And so you can see, it also shows you like the different types of hook. You can get like a shocking statement, a question, a storytelling. But yeah, I think I like the question hook because it's something I've done a couple of times in my videos. What if you go blah, blah, blah. So I think I'm going to go with that. What if you go work only 4 hours a day and still make 7 million a year? That's exactly what Danko is doing. And this AI-driven system is the reason why. I think that's so amazing. This is directly from ChatGPT. You guys can see this is like it's screen recording right now. I'm not messing about with anything. This is directly from ChatGPT, and it just gives you such a great hook that if I said this in the video, 1000% people would watch that. So I think I'm going to go with the question hook. It will ask you for what are the takeaways, the secrets that you want your audience to learn. It's better to create a content system to make videos regularly. Also, that they should embrace AI to make video. That process amplified. Now you can choose the length of the script that you want. I like my video to be between 8 to 12 minutes because I think that's the sweet spot for YouTube, where you can put in enough information while still not going overboard and creating like a long course or something. So I'll just put 4 and do 2,000 words. One of the problems I saw with ChatGPT that this also fixed is ChatGPT does not know how to create text that's longer than 1,000 words, around that. And it also doesn't know how to count words properly. So what I did with this is, if I ask for something that is over 1,000 words, it will break it into two and give you the first 1,000 words. You can copy that into like a Google Doc or something before it gives you the second 1,000 word. Because I realized before that it was, always defaulting. Even if I say 3,000 words, it will default down to around 800 to 1,000 words. So by doing it this way, where it gives you two different sections, I can get much closer. I don't think it always gets to 2,000, but I usually get much closer, between 1,600 to 2,000 words, which is much better than 1,000 words. And yeah, exactly. Now it gives you a breakdown of how the script would go. And for people who prefer to just talk directly to the camera without using a script, you can just stop here and take this. It gives you the hook, which is the most important part of the video. It also tells you what the intro should be, where you set the context, his philosophy, and the promise of the video. And then it will tell you the different sections. What is the problem? How are you agitating it? And how do you provide that solution? I can see these are everything. It also shows you the call to action. For this video, the call to action is, I want them to watch the next video. But if you have a call to action where you want people to sign up to an email list, or you want people to purchase your service or book a call with you, you can just ask the AI, let's change the CTA to ask for their email address, as I'm building a similar content system, so they'll be the first to be notified when it's live. And yeah, it just changes the outro and the CTA and gives you the call to action that I asked for. And then I just asked, yes, please give me the full script. And you can see, like, look at this script. I have not touched anything. Look at the hook. And let me just recite it as if I would a video. What if you could work only 4 hours a day and still make $7 million a year? That's exactly what Danko is doing. And his AI-driven system is the reason why. Danko's story is one of those rare cases where the results are so extreme, you almost want to assume there's a catch. In just 3 years, he's grown his one-person business from a slow, uncertain crawl into a $7 million empire, all while keeping his workday to around 4 hours. No late nights, no constant grinds, and no massive team. At first glance, it feels effortless, but behind the scenes, it's built on a carefully engineered system, a system that combines intentional content creation, clear sales psychology, and AI-powered automation to do what most entrepreneurs spend entire weeks trying to pull off. Oh my goodness. And see, here's the kicker. This isn't just about Dan. The same principles can be applied to almost any solo business. And in this video, we're going to unpack exactly how he does it, so you can start building your own system to work less and more, and finally enjoy the life you're building. That is such a good intro. I mean, you can decide for yourself how good that intro is. And again, I have not taught this at all. This is absolutely insane. If this existed 5 years ago, maybe I would have never been able to become a scriptwriter. That's how good it is. To put it in perspective, you can either write scripts manually, which takes between 15 to 20 hours per script, and that's if you know what you're doing. And if you're new, double that. Or you can hire a professional and pay up to $1,000 per script, plus all the time you spend explaining your brand, your audience, sharing research documents, and even waiting for revisions. You can also use services like Poppy AI or Subscriber AI that want to charge you yet another subscription fee of up to $700 per year just for writing YouTube scripts. And you also have to log on to a completely separate app, share your information about your business to a new service when ChatGPT already knows everything about you and your business. But with Scriptpilot, it's a one-time purchase of just $19 and you get to own it forever. It's also inside of ChatGPT, so there's no extra subscription or separate logins required. It uses the ChatGPT account you're already paying for and that already has all the intricacies about your business. So it always remembers your brand, your style, and your audience. If you're ready to script better, faster, and without paying an arm and a leg, click the first link in the description to get Scriptpilot. But don't take my word for it. Everyone who has gotten it so far has not had a single bad word to say about it. Your next viral video is just one good script away. Don't waste another hour staring at a blank page or tweaking another robotic ChatGPT draft. Try Scriptpilot using the first link in the description down below and start writing like the best YouTubers in the game.